So Brooke and I went to the motorcycle show recently, and I have to say, it was an eye-opener. The last time we were there in 2020, the channel was still in its infancy, and the 2021 and 2022 shows were both cancelled due to the pandemic. So it had been a while since we were at a motorcycle gathering of any size, and we were shocked at how many folks took the time to tell us that they enjoyed watching the channel. Thanks to everyone for all the love. And we also enjoyed checking out all the fancy expensive dream bikes on display. It's amazing to see the tech on modern motorcycles as well as to feel it when I get to test them in the summer. 200 horsepower, lean sensitive everything, stunning looks, and sometimes price tags to match. It's easy to turn your nose up at some of the simpler entry-level offerings from the manufacturers. However, as awesome as the different companies' top-line bikes are, building a brand happens from the bottom up as you start small with younger and beginner riders and offer more power and complexity as they grow and develop. If you cultivate a positive image with a rider who bought your entry-level motorcycle, that rider is far more likely to come back to your showroom when they want to upgrade that bike. And at the motorcycle show, it was obvious that no company had done this better than Honda. Honda sold over 17 million motorized two-wheelers last year, more than doubling second-place Hero Motors from India. Most of these bikes are small, inexpensive motorcycles which appeal to riders in developing countries and to young and beginner motorcyclists in the West. No other company offers as many choices in this segment, and lately Honda has been making an effort to bring more of these types of motorcycles to North American consumers. First, it revitalized the mini-moto scene, which Honda has dominated, and now it's bringing other inexpensive models from around the world to Canada and probably the United States to lure entry-level riders to Honda's showrooms. Which bikes? Stay tuned, and if you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons and sharing this video with other interested riders. Only in North America could one refer to a 975cc 90 horsepower motorcycle as a beginner bike with a straight face. But of course that's what we do here. And I can't help to feel that perhaps we need a reality check. In most of the world, a 250cc motorcycle is considered large and will be a family vehicle used daily for shopping and commuting to work. In fact, bikes much smaller than that are used for those purposes and perform those jobs reliably day in and day out. One of these motorcycles is the Honda Navi. A solid seller overseas, it was brought to the American market for 2022 and at $1,807 American dollars became the least expensive road motorcycle on offer here from a major manufacturer. Check out my full review of that bike in the top right corner. And now, another ultra value offering is coming to these shores, the XR150L Dual Sport. So the specs of this bike? Hold on to your hats, because the XR150L has an air-cooled, carbureted 149cc single-cylinder 4-stroke engine which produces 12 horsepower and 9 pound-feet of torque and gets all that power to the pavement or dirt via 5-speed manual transmission. Now, this may seem laughable by most standards, but this motorcycle is capable of reaching speeds above 100 km per hour or 60 miles per hour under an average-sized rider. If you're an offensive lineman in the NFL, you might want something bigger. It is a dual sport and has 6.3 inches of suspension travel in the front and 5.9 in the back, and runs a 19-inch front and 17-inch rear wheel. The wheels, which are a bit smaller than the typical off-road friendly 21 and 18 combo, do allow for a lowish 33-inch seat height, an easy reach to the ground for Brooke, who has a 31-inch inseam. This motorcycle is decently light, weighing in at 284 pounds, and included in that weight is a large 12-liter fuel tank, so range should be good. A front disc and rear drum stop the bike, and given its lightness, should be adequate. This motorcycle is generally described as an agricultural bike, good for work on farms and getting around town, but people in Asia are using these for two-up touring across the country. I wouldn't take it on the freeway. There'd be cars flying past at alarming speeds, but on any other road, this is fast enough to keep up with traffic. If you want to learn to ride, commute to work, get started off-road, or teach someone else to ride a full-size motorcycle cheap, there you go. And I say cheap because this bike costs 4,589 Canadian dollars, the equivalent of about 3,400 US. It hasn't been confirmed for the States yet, but it's very unlikely that Honda will bring it to Canada and not the US. It's over 1,000 Canadian dollars less than the Yamaha TW200 with which it will be competing directly, and in this segment, price matters a lot. Also, it's less expensive and faster than the 125cc Grom, Monkey, and Trail 125. And if you're Canadian and you're just hearing this for the very first time, yes, the CT 125 or Trail 125 Super Cub variant has finally been confirmed for Canada. MSRP $5,640 Canadian dollars. We're always the last ones to get these things, and many Canadian commenters on my channel have been asking Honda to bring this one north of the border for a while. Personally, I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these since I did my mini moto comparison video, which didn't include this bike. Check out that vid in the top right corner. And I'm pretty confident that Honda Canada will bring these into their press fleet for 2023. So stay tuned for extensive on and off-road testing of both of these new to Canada motorcycles on this channel this summer. One more bit of news from Honda is that it is offering a lower seat version of the CRF300L dubbed the 300LS, probably because Kawasaki has been selling their dual sport bikes in lowered form from the factory. Don't know where these will be offered yet, but a factory lowering option is appreciated by riders who want to go off-road but found the giraffe-like seats intimidating. We had to lower Brooks' CRF300L Rally with an aftermarket Kuba link, but I'm sure a lot of riders would rather have this done at the dealer. So the takeaway? Honda knows how to build a brand from the bottom up. Get them young and they'll keep coming back. Brooke bought her first Honda, and when it came time to upgrade to something more off-road oriented, stuck with the brand.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda. World's biggest seller.
Keeping it simple and inexpensive is something that brands like Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Royal Enfield do very well, because these companies realize that ultimately riders want a good engine and chassis for a good price. Yes, some may want whiz-bang tech, but most just want a bike that does the job without breaking the bank. So like I said, stay tuned for more Honda reviews, and in addition to the Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda content you're used to seeing on the channel, I hope to bring some Suzuki, Royal Enfield, and even Suron videos once the snow melts around here. Yes, we're expanding our contacts list. It was great to meet so many folks who watch the channel and hear that we've provided you with some valuable info and entertainment. Being around so many positive people put us in a good mood for the rest of the long weekend and inspired us to keep it up. So, what do you think of Honda's new, to these markets, offerings? Would you get these for yourself or a loved one to teach them how to ride? Any other overseas bikes you'd like to see imported into your market? I'd love to see the XR150L join its smaller sibling in Canada. I know it's still on sale in the States, but it was cancelled in Canada years ago, and the few used ones I see being sold online are fetching ridiculous prices. Bring them back, Honda Canada. Anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments below and ride safe.